So I just watched this video of Solovyov speaking buoyantly about Trump, and this is really frustrating. Now, everything that I do is trying to provide you context in the war in Ukraine, and I can't just show you where they're talking smack about the United States and saying these, bad things about the US because they're upset about our positions and not show you where Solovyov is talking like really wonderful things about Trump and about Witkoff, which is showing you that they like his position, which is actually kind of a bad thing. Okay, so I'm going to show you this now and just understand why are they saying what they're saying here. This is not good. This is very, very bad in my estimation. Special thanks to the Russian Media Monitor, as always, for the excellent work that they do. Here we go. Trump's personal speech and his assessment, Solovyov says, as well as Witkoff's statement just recently, it was impossible to imagine anything like this. That's correct. It was impossible to imagine it. It was truly impossible, he says. Of course, this is completely unique because there are no personal insults. Yeah. Coming from the Trump administration, no phrases that could only lead to outrage in response. And now he's going back to what was happening during the Biden administration. Not one word about Russia's unjustified aggression, and it was unjustified aggression. Not one word about not shaking Putin's hand, about the need to achieve Russia's strategic defeat. None of this stuff in the style of Macron or Schultz. And he goes on, Baerbock or Kaya Kallas, none of that. And so, he's lining up all the other leaders in the world. Basically, right now, Russia and America's positions are such that I don't rule out that at some point, our situational alliance may lead to our joint actions against Europe. This is what Solovyov is saying here. Just listen to the wording that is used. He says, by the person who is closest to Trump, and that is going to be Witkoff, whom Trump entrusted with handling a highly confidential stage of preparations for negotiations at the highest level. Again, here he's about to show you Steve Witkoff. And so here's what Steve Witkoff was saying. And again, I stress that it was the president's former relationship with President Putin, the president stressing that they need to engage in mutual trust, Witkoff says. Yeah, to bring this war to an end, President Putin, and I would commend that he said that he agreed with the president's posture. He agreed with it all. He didn't want more people dying in the field. It was those two great leaders coming together, and I stress the word great here, for the betterment of mankind. And it was honestly a privilege and an honor for me to sit there and to listen to that conversation. Now, the stress on the word great here, Solovyov points this out, two great leaders. Can you imagine this wording from any of Biden's advisors? Can you imagine this wording coming from the mouth of any European leader? Not a global pariah, a tyrant, a despot. Now, this is absolutely terrible to my mind that not only is Trump and Witkoff using the language that they're using, but then it's picked up by the Russians and they're running with it going, see, this is great. So now we can talk about whatever we're going to talk about, deals or an alliance or a future or, wow, this is very, very frustrating to watch. Not a global pariah, a tyrant. No, the tone is completely different, Solovyov says. Okay, this is totally different approach. At the same time, nothing like, if you refuse, then we, not even close. Very respectful and most serious work. Of course, Solovyov had no problem with threatening the U.S. not too long ago and saying, well, who do you think you are and why do you think you're doing this kind of thing? And don't you know who we are and we can bomb you into oblivion and create a gulf between the U.S. that, the rivers are run from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Okay, so at any rate, that's where Solovyov is on this kind of thing, and I just want you to see it. This is bad. This is very bad. This is so bad. I mean, I wasn't going to not show it to you, but I'm like, I'm beside myself that I have to show it to you because I certainly was hoping for more from this administration, and we just may not get it. I talked about my zigzag theory, and it looks like Trump just keeps zigging and not zagging. He's perfectly capable of zagging, but does he want to zag? I don't know that he does. We'll find out in time, but I haven't seen it yet. All right, my friends, that's all that I have for you right now. Thank you for the time, the likes, the shares, and the subscribes, and thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.